Finally, every single champion in the UFC have finalized their 2024 careers. They have no more title fights left in 2024. So now it's my job. You know what I'm saying? Now it's my job to be the real bad man I am. And I got to rank these champions based on their years. So listen, let me explain what I'm ranking exactly. Like how their year went, who they fought, who they beat, etc. So this is not based on who's the most skilled champion, all right? So if the list is like you see one of your favorite fighters like a little bit lower because they didn't have a great year, it's not their fault. Some of them got injured, etc., etc. So I'm going to have to be honest. And some of this ranking kind of hurt me because I was like, damn, some of my fighters who I love to death who are literally like the best, they just didn't have a great year because of stuff. So we're going to get into that, bro. And I'm not biased, so as you're going to see from this list, because some of these hurt me, man. But people forget, man. Some of these people who are low on this list, bro, they're actually elite and they're nasty. So without further ado, let's get into ranking every champion just based on their 2024 year. Starting with the number 8 spot, Jon Jones. Jon Jones, you had the worst year out of every champion. Now, people are going to be like, but Kenny, did he just beat Stipe, bro? That's gnarly, man. Like, listen, brother, who give this guy, brother, what? Stipe, brother. He only fought Stipe, first of all, because he ducked Tom Aspinall. Let's keep it a buck. And did Stipe look like prime Stipe? No. I don't think Stipe looked as bad as some people made it out to be, but, bro, it just wasn't prime Stipe. He wasn't moving like prime Stipe. He wasn't, like, sticking in, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't using that head movement, that elite boxing. You know what I'm saying? It just looked like Jones was better than him every way, shape, and form, speed. And, like, he just avoided every single blitz he did because Jones had decent movement. So, yeah, he beat Stipe's old ass. Old ass. Bro, you're being an old man. Like, bro, an old man who's a firefighter, that was the only fight he had in the year. And, yes, it was a finish, so I'm going to say, yo, good job. Because, listen, honestly, I thought Stipe might be durable enough or tough enough to, like, you know what I'm saying, weather some of Jones' pillow-fisted shots and, like, but I think Jones had a great game plan, like, using the body. Like, he was throwing everything to the body, and that ended up getting to Stipe. So, well done on Jones. That shows his fight IQ, because he knew his soft hands was going to get to Stipe. So, yeah, he ended up hurting Stipe, finishing him. So, I'm going to give him credit there, but you did duck Tom. So, even though you finished him, bro, it wasn't the best year. Like, your year literally consists of you ducking Tom Aspinall, getting roasted for ducking Tom, and beating an old-ass Stipe who was a firefighter. So, not that great of a year, so you're going to be in the last place, the number 8 spot. I feel like everyone saw that coming. If you didn't, brother, who give you, brother? We have to check that moment. But next up, number 7, and this might surprise some people, Belal Muhammad. He had one fight this year, and it was a title fight. But he did embarrass Leon. Like, I'll give him credit. He embarrassed Leon. He didn't finish him, but he took him to the Belal Classic. Embarrassed him. Took his manhood away from him. Bald spot. That, like, he dropped him on his head. Yeah, Leon sucks. Leon Scott, he thought he could hang with me. He sucks. Usman and Kobe, they're going to probably fight for the loser belt. I'm the best. You know what I'm saying? And he was supposed to fight Shavkat. Don't get it twisted. Like, he was literally supposed to fight Shavkat. And then that foot. And he would have... I can't be asked, man. I can't be bothered with this bullshit. Because he would have fought Shavkat and beat him, bro. And no one can convince me he couldn't, bro. I know people are like, nah, dude, Shavkat still would beat Belal because he'd hold Belal against the fence. And Belal would just stand there and not do anything about it. Yeah, bro. Yeah, right. And I understand Shavkat had an injured MCL. But, like, that being said... First of all, I feel weird that everyone gives Shavkat excuses. I'm not, who cares? I like Shavkat, so I'm going to let the excuses ride. He's always injured after these lackluster performances. But he still would have been injured if Belal never pulled out, if that makes sense. So, like, if Belal never pulled out, he would have went in there with a torn MCL or with an injured MCL against Belal. Belal would have took him to school, and he would have had that excuse after Belal beat him. So I'm glad Belal didn't beat him injured. I want Belal to beat him healthy. But, of course, he probably would have been top 3 if he went in there, embarrassed Leon, then embarrassed Shavkat like he probably would have. But yeah, I'm going to have to put you number 7 because injuries like really plague some of these nasty fighters from a higher ranking. So this hurts me to put Belal 7, but he just had one fight in the year and it was Leon, and he did embarrass him like 49-46 pretty clearly, you know what I'm saying? Could have been 50-45, but Leon, bro, I don't even think Leon got the last round. I think it was round 3 or something where Leon just took Belal's back and held him there. That was the only round Leon got. So yeah, embarrassed Leon Scott, and then you know what I'm saying, the Shavkat fight never happened, so I'm going to put him number 7. But number 6, this might even hurt me more. I can't look. Because Islam's a real bad man. So, like, it hurts me putting someone this talented, bro. This elite. I'm talking pinnacle, bro. People forget, man. But he had one fight this year. And it was weird that he had one fight. I remember I was like, he had more than one fight. But then I looked like, no, he had one fight in 2024. But it was a masterclass against Dustin. Oh, Kenny, that was a masterclass. Oh, Dustin made him bleed. Brother, everyone can make people bleed, brother. But nobody checked Dustin grappling, brother. Because Islam went in there, smashed him a little bit. Bro, it was 4-0, and then it was a finish in the 5th, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I know that one round, Dustin landed that one shot in that whole round, and he just cut Islam. But that's not going to, like, win you a whole round, in my opinion. If you got beat up the whole round and cut someone with an elbow, you're not going to get that round. So yeah, I had a 4-0 Islam, and then he bro, the endurance it took to do that when they're both fatigued. Justin was defending well, and Islam's like, nah, fuck it. Swung this guy, jumped on that finish, choked it. The submission of the year right there. That's literally submission of the year, or one of the best submissions of the year. So yeah, great performance against Dustin Poirier, whose game I've never seen Dustin Poirier get that outclassed since Khabib Nurmagomedov. So I'm gonna give Islam credit there. Islam and Khabib are both Dustin's daddy. Finishing him the way he finished him, and of course he got hurt. He would have actually fought Arman earlier on, but he got hurt. But for him to fight Arman would have to drop that fucking anti-bullying video for punching people in the crowd. So he would have ended up beating and fighting Arman this year at the end of the year, which would have put him so much higher because Arman's literally the last one left. He's still pound for pound number one. Don't get it twisted, because what he's done, his body of work, don't get it twisted. He's elite, don't play with my boy. But as far as the 2024 year, it's just that these other champions did have great years. They had more than one fight. So yeah, I'm gonna have to give Islam number 6. Like I said, it kind of hurts me internally, bro, but brother, I still come here. I'm gonna beat Ottoman Sorokin, brother. Nobody check his striking, brother. So yeah, Islam number 6 spot. Next up, we got number 5 spot, and we got Merab Dvalishvili. Now, Merab's ahead of Islam because he had 2 fights this year. One was a non-title fight, but he beat Cejudo. Chat, you guys are forgetting, man. He carried Cejudo out on his shoulders. Bro, he fireman carried Cejudo out of a burning house this year. So that was actually embarrassing, but that was a great performance by Merab, going against a great wrestler and just making him look insignificant. Then he 50-45 Sugar, bro. 50-45. Oh, yo, nah, dude, Sugar won the fight, bro. Whatever, 49-46, whatever. He embarrassed Sugar is my point. You know what I'm saying? He beat him up pretty clearly. He had Sugar fans coping. Nah, actually, he had Guru making a whole 2-hour-long video. Actually, to my calculations, Damage should win, and Sugar landed a pitter-patter punch, so you should get the fuck out of here, bro. He embarrassed Sugar. I proved the whole world wrong. They were saying, Kenny, your pick is ass. And you know what I'm saying? You made me look good, Merab. That's another plus, bro. Making Kenny Okoye look good with his picks. You know what I'm saying? I love that. He tried to duck Umar. I put this in here because, yeah, you had a great year, but the fact that he tried to duck Umar, you're trying to gaslight us, nah, bro, Umar doesn't deserve the title. Sugar Sean, he deserve it. Sugar Sean fight Chito Vera. Chito Vera is really good opponent. He deserves a rematch. Bullshit. Yeah, but he was just trying to get, and then when Jan won the fight, yeah, I already 50-45 him, but I want to fight him again. Brother, who is this guy talking to? Who are you trying to gaslight? You're not going to gaslight me. You're not going to gaslight majority of the UFC fans. So it was weird that he did that. So trying to duck Umar, I just had to throw that in there because it's kind of going to nick you some points. Cause don't, be a man, bro. You know what I'm saying? Be like a real bad man. Don't duck fights. Embrace the challenges. Umar's the hardest fight, bro. You know what Umar did at 50-45 in the number 2 ranked Corey Sandhagen was very impressive. So stop trying to gaslight yourself that Sugar deserved it more or Jan deserved it more. Who give this guy, brother? But number 5, nonetheless, great year. Beating Cejudo, then destroying Sugar and beating Sugar and shocking the world. Very impressive. So next up, my friend, we got the number 4 spots, and it's held for Alexandre Pantoja. Beat Usyk, sub the Skura. Now, it seems simple. First of all, I just want to say this because I don't think anyone noticed this except me. The only UFC champion to never fight in the gold gloves is Jon Jones and this man. He fought earlier this year and later this year, but in the middle of the year when they had gold gloves, he never fought. Bro, justice for Pantoja, man. People forget, man. And I feel like Pantoja just wanted to fight with it once in his life. It would have looked great with his shorts that he was wearing this fight. I feel bad, man. Why did we not get Pantoja with golden gloves? It's kind of fuck, man. I can't be asked. I don't know why I think of that, but anyways, back to his year. Beat Usyk. He beat Usyk pretty clearly. People try to gaslight you the fight was, it was UD. Pantoja won. I rewatched that fight. I'm why did people even think Usyk was winning that fight? Usyk, he made it competitive, yeah. The only close fight from Pantoja's career was really that Moreno fight, the last fight they had, you know what I'm saying? But every other fight, people try to gaslight you it was close. Ray Val and Usyk almost had him. Nigga, no, they didn't. They just flyweights and flyweights fight the way they fight, entertaining. Then he subbed Asakura, bro. Asakura coming up all this hype. Yeah, rising champion, bro. His knees, dude. And he ate one of his knees flush at the start of the fight, and he just showed brother, I ate that, brother. I'm gonna keep coming for you. And he ate those, and he kept running forward. And he just made it look really. I ain't gonna lie, that was probably one of the best Pantoja ever looked. He just made it look easy. It almost made Asakura look insignificant. They ended up putting Asakura in the rankings number 14. I don't know, they're probably planning on having him fight someone else. So we'll see who he fights, and we'll see how good Asakura is in the UFC to determine how well this win age. I really think Asakura is a pretty complete fighter, and anyone who's a primary striker like Roy Val, they're gonna struggle with Asakura. I can tell you that much. But yeah, Pantoja just made it look easy. And shout out Pantoja, great year. And he's number 9 pound for pound, tied with Leon Edwards. Brother, I would backhand anyone in the UFC who's even, bro, he should at least be top 5 pound for pound or top 6. Like, they're sleeping on Pantoja. He was number 11 pound for pound before that fight. Now he's number 9. Brother, why do they not like him? I must be missing something. But yeah, Pantoja, great year. And a slept on year just because he's a flyweight. And people don't show flyweights enough love, but I'm going to do it. Now we're in the top 3, bro. These guys had great, beautiful years. Starting off with the number 3 spot, we got Dricus, man, Dricus, he's just such a G, bro. He's such a G. First of all, beat Strickland to start off the year. I think that was the first pay-per-view of the year when he beat Strickland. You know what I'm saying? It was a clear win for DDP. It was like arguably 4-1 DDP, but I feel like majority of people see 3-2 DDP. Anyone who says Strickland won that fight is like they were intoxicated, they were drunk during the, you know what I'm saying, the fight, or they weren't watching, or they're just extremely biased. I had a whole video talking about Strickland's gonna destroy DDP, expose DDP, because I thought Strickland's style would just beat DDP. I was so wrong. You know, I was wrong. And even like watching it live, like I watched the fight live, and when I was scoring it live, I was like, damn, why is Strickland losing this fight? I was like, come on, Strickland, do more. But people try to gaslight it now. I'm like, nah, dude, Strickland was winning the whole time. No, he wasn't. He lost because his significant strikes were jabs. DDP's significant strikes were big clobbing overhands that caused a significant reaction out of Sean Strickland. In addition to the fact that DDP would mix in takedowns to just make it hard for Strickland, he beat Strickland clearly. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. I don't like people try to gaslight. Nah, dude, it was so razor close. It wasn't. It was pretty clear. 4 rounds to 1 or 3 rounds to 2 for DDP. And then of course subbed Adesanya, brother. Ezra Adesanya, first man to sub him. Did impressive. That should be submission of the year. I was gonna say, I don't know, Dustin, Islam, Dricus, Adesanya. It was so close, brother. I don't know. I don't know. It's just subbing Adesanya is crazy. I've never seen it happen. So DDP being the first one to do that, he's just a menace, bro. And then how he made both of them upset in the press conference. Like, he gets in people's heads so well. And then he called out Hamzat, bro. Like, everyone, like, you know how I was like when Merab was like, oh, ducking Umar, all these other fighters ducking a certain fighter. This guy's not ducking the hard fights. He's yo, brother, bring the hard fights. This is the only time the UFC ever seen someone like, oh yeah, I want the hardest fight. They're like, no, you're gonna have an easier fight. Fight Sean Strickland the second time. He just beat Sean Strickland earlier this year. You know what I'm saying? And now they're gonna fight early next year. It's just, I can't be asked. So yeah, DDP, one of the best years. I'm gonna definitely say top 3. People sleep on how great of a year he had, because look at that, like Strickland and Adesanya back to back, and the way he subbed Adesanya just makes that more a cherry on top. And the way he's calling out the hard fights, brother. Plessis, you know what I'm saying? I respect this guy. That's why he's one of my favorite fighters, because he's just the embodiment of a champion. And people say I glaze, but it's just true. That's what a champion should be, beating up the best fighters and calling out the hardest fights. Not these guys. Let me have no sugar, or asking for easier stylistic fights, brother. Who's telling these guys to do this bullshit? So everyone got to be more like DDP. DDP's like Adesanya when Adesanya was champion. Yeah, I gotta have some Adesanya glaze. Can't just glaze DDP. But yeah, he's like the embodiment of a champion out of everyone this year. If there's an embodiment of a champion award, I'm giving it to DDP. Next up, we got the top 2, and this is arguably for who the fight of the year was for me. And coming in at the number 2 spot, I got Alex Pereira. I feel like most people with common sense seeing this coming. I understand he already won fight of the year, but like, yeah, dude, you beat Hill. Beat Yuri, beat Roundtree. Like, on paper, of course, those names aren't shocking, because, like, what do? He ducked Ink Alive, and I put those in big caps so everyone knows the reason his resume looks like, why is he beating up bums? Like, didn't he, like, Hill, okay, he had to fight Hill, but Yuri, again, why is he even fighting Yuri again? No, Roundtree, the number 8 ranked guy, doesn't make any sense. Like, I know Jones fought the number 8 ranked guy, and I put him the worst on this list, you know what I'm saying? And then Alex Pereira fought the number 8 ranked guy, but at least he did some work before. Jones didn't do any work. At least he had the most title fights out of every champion, so I'm gonna give him credit there. But if he didn't duck Ink Alive and beat Ink Alive, holy crap, that was the best. That'd be the best year in UFC history. That would be the best year in UFC history. If he went in there and fought Ink Alive and he was one of the victims instead of a Roundtree, would have been and he struggled against the number 8 ring guy Roundtree. I knew it was gonna happen. I made a whole video about how he was gonna struggle. But great performance in that sense. Still, I'll give him credit there. It's just that I can't say your fight of the year, because like I feel like me personally, quality over quantity. And 3 fights or 2 fights for like fight of the year, it's not that much fight. So at that point, just look at who you beating. Oh, you're beating the number 8 rank guy. Oh, you're rematching someone who's stylistically sucks against you. Or you're beating Jamal Hill. Like I couldn't put Pereira number 1. Everyone with common sense agrees with this, but the poets are being like, no, because to my calculations, it doesn't matter. Like, quality doesn't matter. It was all about quantity. We could fight if you fight 1,000 bums, it's better than beating 5 legends. Cool, that's your opinion. We're just gonna have to disagree there. So that being said, number 1, of course, Ilia Topuria, Topuria. Nah, Ilia Topuria, man, he's not just beating greats. Chat. Beating greats is one thing. Like, oh yeah, you beat that great, congrats. Oh, what a razor close decision against that great, the all-time great, congrats, bro. He's KOing the greats. KO'd Volkanovski unconscious. Volk was sleeping. I'm sorry, Volk. Volk was sleeping. You know what I'm saying? Then he KO'd Max Holloway, who has the best chin in UFC history. Never been knocked down. You know, he's been knocked down before, but it just didn't really count. Like, Dustin Poirier knocked him down, you know what I'm saying? You know, et cetera, et cetera. But Justin Gaethje, but never been knocked down. Well, guess what? You've been knocked out now, and it's by Ilia Topuria, who I think pound for pound is the hardest hitter, hardest puncher in the UFC. And then he's just a great villain. Like, in the Volk lead-up, bro, in the Volk lead-up, I actually thought Volk was going to beat him. Like, the Volk lead-up, I was like, oh, Volk's going to humble this guy, you know. This guy's a little bit too, I like his confidence, but I was like, he's just a little bit too, like, trying to take the belt from his desk, bro. Like, he really thinks he's going to beat Volk. Then he knocked him out. Then when Max Holloway, he was like, brother, I'm going to knock you out. And then Max was like, yeah, we'll see. We'll see October 26th. I think that's the date. He just kept spamming that. He had this guy spamming the same thing over and over again. Then he went in there and he knocked him out. He does everything he says, and he's a villain because he's just beating up the fan favorites. So, man, it just doesn't get better than a year. It's like you're a villain. You're beating up all the greats. You're not just beating them. You're knocking them out. Great performances. You're beating the best quality of opponents. You're not fighting number 8 ranked bums, or you're not fighting your number 8 ranked light featherweight, because if he was, everyone would be giving him shit for it. You know what I'm saying? This is the real fight of the year. Everyone with common sense knows this is the fight of the year. So Ilia Topuria, I'm gonna give him so much credit because this guy's the face of the UFC in my opinion. He's a real bad man, you get me, bruv. That's how I feel about Ilia Topuria, bro. I really should. He's one of my favorite fighters too. He's just growing on me. The more I see him fight, the more I love him. You know, of course, he wants to go up to 155, fight Charles, and fight Islam, and he's just chasing greatness. He wants to retire by 30. He's 27, so he has about 3 years to chase greatness, and let's see what he has done. Let's see what he could do. I'm sure the weight cut's been a problem for him too, but he's been making weight. Like, even though weight cut's a problem for him, he's making weight professionally. He's doing great stuff. So this is gonna be he's speed running the GOAT. Let's see if he gets it. And to speed run the GOAT, you're gonna need to have years like this where you just have, like, might not be like 5 fights in a year, because that's crazy, but he's having fights. He's having good amount of fights per year and against good quality, and he's beating them by knockout. Doesn't get better than that. This is your 2024 fight of the year, and this is the most accurate rating of all time. So let me know what you guys think about this rating down below. I think I cooked, bro. I think this is very accurate. I think everyone there's no way anyone disagrees with anything, bro. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Chat, we're so close to 10,000. Like, I swear, we're like at 9.76 or 9.7 something K, and I said we're gonna hit 10K before 2025. I just said it, but I think it's a possibility now. Just make sure you guys are subbed. God bless you guys. Have a good day, and see you in the next one. 2, 3, 4.